Hey, it's Molly Zahn Harrison with the Zahn Group, and today we are going to tackle the biggest real estate challenge that's a little bit like juggling and riding a unicycle at the same time. So buckle up, because on today's episode of Getting Real About Real Estate, we are diving into the intricate dance about buying a new home while selling your old one and saying goodbye. So get ready. We're going to unlock the secrets of today's biggest real estate balancing act. All right, so before we step into this whirlwind journey, let's get our ducks in a row. So we're going to break this down for you guys step by step. And step one for sure is reaching out to your trusted real estate professional, like us at the Zahn Group, because we are here. We are like your real estate sidekicks through this process. And here's what we do to help you get started. So the first thing we're going to do when you reach out to a real estate agent is we're going to come out to your house. We're going to give you a market analysis. So that's going to tell you kind of an overview of pricing on your home, where you are in the market, how fast your home can sell, what your home is worth, and what you're going to be able to take out of your home, your net proceeds. Second of all, we're going to look at your property with you. We're going to review any kind of suggested repairs or upgrades that you might have to do or want to do to get the most amount of money back on your home, for your home when it goes on the market. And then third, if we're going to give you some contractor recommendations so we can help you get those repairs done and set up the timing and that process for you. All right, so here's step two. Now that you have all of our expert advice and a little bit of a direction, it's time to actually get your home spruced up. So think about putting a little bit of a makeover on your home before we have a grand debut of your beautiful house as it goes on the market and gets advertised to a bunch of wonderful buyers out there. So doing this ahead of time allows us to give you time to look for houses, kind of start your search there, and then once you are ready to go on the market, it's really quick when the time comes. All right, so next is step three, is the nitty-gritty of everything, is talking to a lender. We have recommendations for you of some fantastic lenders that you can speak to that are local lenders that can help you through this process. We need to talk to the lender about what makes this whole process tick for you. It's like decoding the secret language about buying and selling and how it's all going to work out in the interim. But they're going to help you understand all the mortgage mysteries, help you find the right loan for you, and really put the pieces of the puzzle together for you on the financial side. So this is the last piece of the puzzle. So now you know what you're going to sell for. Now you know exactly what you can buy a house for, what your next payment's going to look like, what the price point you can buy in, and so forth. So that's kind of the final piece of the puzzle before we start this whole fun process of actually getting into the action of buying and selling. All right, so now let's dive into the main event. This is the fun part of the process. Step four, start your home search. Everybody loves this part. It's the most fun. It's the most exciting part. So today's market still moves very fast. We have limited inventory in the market, but we still have a lot of homes that are coming on the market every day. So we are going to set you up on a portal that's connected directly to the MLS. So you have real-time knowledge of homes not only actively on the market, but the ones that are coming soon as well. So that way you can be ready to jump on the home when we know that that perfect home is actually coming on the market, and we can plan our days out, and it's easy for you and for us to go out and get in to see these properties right away. All right, so now that we're on the search and we're searching for the perfect house and we've actually found one, now is where the fun begins. This is where the balancing act of buying and selling your current house comes into play. So now, what are your options? Let's discuss those. Okay, scenario one, buying your home before you sell your current house. This is actually the easiest option if you can qualify with the lender to carry both your current mortgage and your new mortgage. This is the option that's going to give you the most amount of flexibility. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to hold both mortgages forever, because ideally what we want to do is put your new home under contract. And then now that we've prepped your home, remember we did that all before we started this process, we can immediately put your old home, current home, on the market for sale, and ideally line these closings up either back to back, or you would sell your current home shortly after you buy your first home. So that means that you may not even have a double payment in there. This is the best option if you can afford to actually, if you can qualify to carry both of those mortgages. I know you don't want to, but the question is, can you qualify? So this option is really going to give you the best flexibility, and it's our most ideal option to keep you from moving twice and to be able to help you have the strongest offer when you get into the market. Okay, scenario 2. Maybe we can look into getting a bridge loan. This is where the lender comes into very handy to discuss these kind of options with you. The bridge loan is basically like using a little bit of equity from your current home to help you buy your next home. So it really bridges your equity from your old home to your new home. These bridge loans are meant to be short term, and they are usually a little bit of a higher interest rate, but they do kind of keep you from moving twice and having to sell one house in order to buy the next one. All right, scenario 3. If you don't want to use a bridge loan, the other option is to use a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit. So if you have a lot of equity in your home and you want to use that equity in order to buy your next house, you can actually do that. So we actually have to open your line of equity before you even put your home on the market. So it's a little bit of trickiness with timing. It takes a little bit longer to get prepared, but we can open a home equity line of credit. That way you have access to your equity in your current home to use as a down payment to help you buy your new home. You still have to qualify to carry both properties when you go to get your loan, but you do actually, it does allow you to use your equity for your down payment. So it helps you with your cash flow. All right, so with these last 3 scenarios, one thing that some people are concerned about is the fact that they want to use the equity from their current house to put down as a down payment for their new house. So if for whatever reason you don't want to do a HELOC, you don't want to do a bridge loan, and you want to put a smaller down payment on your property, you can do that on your new home. And then what happens was when you sell your old home, you can take your equity from your old home and make a large payment into your new property and do what we call a recast. So your loan will actually recast, and it'll recast all your payments. So it's not like just prepaying your loan off, but it'll actually readjust your monthly payments, which is what most people are wanting. They want to be able to use that equity to lower their new monthly payment. So we can do that by recasting your loan. So there's a lot of different options that we can finagle if you're looking to buy and sell, and you don't have to sell first in order to buy. But the financial side of it is what we really need to talk to, and that's where the lender comes into play, because there's a lot of different options that can allow you to do what you want to do without having to sell your home first. That all makes sense. All right, so now of course we talked about, hey, I want to sell my house. I don't want to sell my house before I buy my house. But what happens if we have to sell your house before you buy a new house? Is that possible? Yes, that is possible too. So now we're talking a little bit about what we call a contingency, which is the common word that most people hear in today's market. Well, in North Carolina, we do not have a typical contingency anymore. In other words, I can't put an offer on a new house and say, I'll only buy this if my home sells. What happens in North Carolina is that we can still put an offer on a new house, but in that due diligence period, we have to get your home under contract. And if your home doesn't sell during that time frame, then we would back out of the deal, your new purchase. However, you do have some financial risk there because you would lose your due diligence fee. Now that's a negotiated fee between the buyer and seller. And this is a very complicated scenario. The big thing is on this scenario, it's a little bit riskier, and the great news, not so much the great news, is that most sellers really don't want to take an offer in this scenario because chances are they might have multiple offers on their home. So this really doesn't give your offer a lot of strength because you have this outstanding item that you have to sell in order for you to qualify to buy this new home. So a lot of sellers aren't really going to like that. So we have to kind of talk about how timing works a little bit on that scenario. And a lot of times what happens instead of doing that is that, remember this portal that we put you on? We actually go out and find your new beautiful house, and then we extend your due diligence that time. We give you a longer time frame to purchase, and during that time frame to purchase, that's when we put your home on the market to sell. So that's kind of how that scenario works, but it does require a lot of timing, and it does require you to be completely ready to be on market. So again, it's important for us to prepare. So, okay, at the end of this, What's the golden rule? The golden rule is, hey, partner with the Zon group because we are here to help you through every step of this process. But whether you choose us, which of course I think you should, or another real estate agent, the communication is key. The most important part is talk to a professional real estate agent and talk to a lender and know exactly what you're getting into and be prepared going into this process. All right, so navigating this real estate roller coaster is a little bit like living in your very own action movie. A little bit thriller, a little bit suspenseful, a little bit stressful, but realistically in the end, so exciting. But no matter what your scenario is, you'll find yourself, whatever your scenario is you find yourself in, make sure you reach out to us, the Zon group, and we are here and we always have your back. We're like your little real estate allies through this real estate journey. So I hope you have enjoyed our episode of today of Getting Real in Real Estate. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting news and real estate insights. So if you have any questions about this whole buying and selling process, or if you want us to clear up this mystery for you just a little bit farther, please do not hesitate to leave your questions or your comments below. And we really appreciate you joining us today. And until our next adventure, keep those real estate dreams alive and happy house hunting.